Most people see a problem and immediately think about how to escape it. Wealthy people often see the exact same problem and ask a completely different question. How can I profit from solving this? That single shift in thinking has created countless millionaires and billionaires throughout history. Every successful business you know exists because it solved a problem that enough people were willing to pay to fix. Think about it. Traffic is a problem, so ride-sharing companies were born. Long supermarket queues were a problem, so online shopping exploded. Expensive hotel stays were a problem, so home-sharing platforms changed the travel industry. The wealthy understand that problems are not roadblocks. They are opportunities wearing work clothes. While most people complain, someone else is quietly building a business around the same issue. This is one of the biggest psychological differences between people who build wealth and people who stay stuck. Average thinking focuses on inconvenience. Wealth thinking focuses on value. When you begin training your mind to notice problems instead of avoiding them, you also begin to notice opportunities that everyone else overlooks. Every complaint you hear from friends, every frustration you experience during your day, and every inefficiency you notice in your workplace could be the beginning of a profitable idea. The question is no longer, why is this happening, but rather, what solution would people gladly pay for? Look around the world today. Some of the largest companies didn't invent entirely new industries. They simply made existing experiences faster, easier, cheaper, or more enjoyable. They observed human frustration and turned it into innovation. That's why entrepreneurs constantly pay attention to customer feedback instead of ignoring it. Complaints are free market research. Every negative review, every recurring issue, and every unmet need points toward an opportunity for someone willing to solve it. The wealthy don't fear criticism because criticism often reveals where the next business opportunity is hiding. Another powerful mindset is understanding that every crisis creates winners as well as losers. When industries change, consumer behavior changes with them. During economic uncertainty, some businesses struggle, while others experience record growth because they adapt to new needs. The wealthy don't celebrate hardship, but they do recognize that change always creates demand for new products, services, and ideas. Instead of asking, "How bad is this situation?" they ask, "What does this situation now require?" That simple question shifts their attention from fear to possibility. This doesn't mean every idea becomes a billion-dollar company overnight. In reality, wealth is often built by solving ordinary problems consistently. A neighborhood bakery solves the problem of fresh bread. A plumber solves the problem of broken pipes. A graphic designer solves the problem of weak branding. A software developer solves the problem of repetitive manual work. None of these businesses exist without a problem first. The size of the reward usually reflects the size of the problem being solved and the number of people affected by it. There's another psychological principle at work here. Most people become emotionally attached to problems. They complain about them repeatedly, share them on social media, and wait for someone else to fix them. Wealth creators become emotionally attached to solutions instead. They ask questions, experiment, fail, improve, and try again. Their energy goes into building rather than blaming. Over time, this habit compounds into valuable skills, stronger businesses, and greater financial opportunities. This way of thinking also changes how you view failure. Every failed attempt teaches you something about the problem you're trying to solve. Every mistake gives you information that can make your next solution better. Instead of seeing failure as proof that you should quit, successful entrepreneurs often see it as part of the research process. That's why persistence matters so much. The person who continues learning usually ends up creating the solution that others couldn't. If you want to think more like the wealthy, start paying closer attention to everyday frustrations. Keep a notebook or use your phone to write down problems you notice throughout your day. Ask yourself who else experiences this problem, how often it happens, and what a better solution might look like. You don't need to invent the next revolutionary technology. Sometimes improving an existing solution is enough to build a successful business. The world rewards people who make life easier for others. At the end of the day, wealth isn't just about money. It's about creating value at scale. The more people you help, the more opportunities you create for yourself. Every successful company, every thriving entrepreneur, and every respected professional earns income because they solve problems that matter to someone else. So the next time life hands you a problem, don't rush to complain. Somewhere, someone is looking at that exact same problem and thinking, this could pay for my next house. That's the difference. One person sees a headache, another sees a business plan. Here's the funny part. Most people spend years saying, somebody should really fix this. Then they're shocked when somebody does and becomes rich doing it. Don't let your best business idea become someone else's success story just because you were too busy complaining. If this video made you see money a little differently, hit subscribe and join Wealthwired. We break down the psychology, habits, and strategies behind real wealth, with a little sarcasm, a lot of truth, and zero fake guru nonsense. No rented supercars. No DM me for the secret. Just practical ideas that can genuinely change the way you think. Now it's your turn. Tell me in the comments, what's the most annoying problem you deal with every week? The best answer might inspire a future video or accidentally become $1 million business idea. And remember, the richest people don't always have the biggest wallets first. They just ask better questions than everyone else.